Guys, welcome back to Satisfactory. Last time we finished everything that we needed for the MAM for the... That's telling me I might have cut off some of my stuff, so if I did, I apologize. We finished everything for the MAM, for our foundations, and for our logistics organizations that are splitters and mergers. And the next thing that I really wanted to do was to start making reinforced iron plates and start stockpiling those, because we're definitely going to need them. And you can see we're stockpiling everything else down there, and you can see it all working. Now, while I was off camera, I started creating my layout for the factory. And if I take a look at parts now, like I said, the first thing that I want to make is I want to make a reinforced iron plate. But when I look at this, I need to produce that in an assembler or a craft bench. I don't want to make it in the craft bench. I need to make it in the assembler. So when I hit the buildings, I can't make an assembler yet. So that's the first thing that we're going to have to do, is make an assembler. So let's go down and make an assembler. So we're going to have to, that's going to be a milestone. Can't wait to get all this cleaned up. So we've got, on our tier 2, we got a whole bunch of things that we can do. So parts assembly is going to allow us to make the assembler. And to be honest, that's all stuff that we already have available to us. So I can just go out and grab those all from our containers, from our stockpile, and bring it in. And that's going to allow us to make not only assembler, but copper sheets, rotors, modular frames, and smart plating. We're now starting to get into the area of you've got to decide whether you want to stockpile these or not. Copper sheets, definitely want to stockpile those. Maybe modular frames. I'm not 100% sure about rotors and smart plating, because the way I want to play this time is more of a just-in-time delivery model. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of little nodes out all over the map where I find my resources. And then I'm just going to pipe them in to wherever I'm making whatever it is I'm making. So I'm likely not going to stockpile these. I'm definitely going to stockpile copper sheets, though. Obstacle clearing will get us the chainsaw and the solid biofuel. The solid biofuel is really important, actually, because we can turn our biomass into solid biofuel. And you remember how we got that 40% efficiency rating jump when we went from leaves to biomass? Well, we'll get a similar kind of a jump when we go from biomass to solid biofuel. So that's important. And then another inventory slot, so that's good. And again, this is everything. We've got all this already. That's just sitting out there waiting. Jump pads. To be honest, I've never used a jump pad, not once. I don't like them. If you like them, put them down, go ahead, have fun. Just remember, if you fall too far and you don't land in your jelly landing pad, then you're going to take damage just like I was doing outside, so be careful with that. And that one needs a rotor, so you're going to have to do your part assembly before you do your jump pads. Resource sink bonus gets you the awesome sink. So the awesome sink and the awesome shop, you want those, and you want them pretty early because there's a lot of stuff in there that you can start unlocking too. That's the final piece where you can unlock things that you can build. Build gun upgrade customizer. I'm not even sure what this is. Adds a new tab to the build menu. Oh, the customizer. Yeah, the customizer actually is quite nice. That'll allow you to change colors and textures and things like that. So it's pretty good. And again, this is all stuff that we've got stockpiled up out there. And then conveyor belt Mark IIs, and then stackable conveyor belts and conveyor lift Mark IIs. So we want that also. But here's the thing. That requires reinforced iron plates to make. So the very first thing that we want to do is get that assembler so we can start stockpiling our reinforced iron plates. So that means we're going to need more cable. That's a stack of cable. Oh wow, I got 1,500 of those on me. So we're going to need at least one stack. In fact, I'll probably get 2 stacks of cable and 1 stack of screws. So let's go get that. Oh, actually, I should check my power too. Oh yeah, see, I'm down to half on my biomass. So unfortunately, we gotta stock that up too. Is that still? Yeah, that's still flowing. Okay. Oh, that used a lot more. Get another. I'm purposely trying not to do too much just yet until I get coal and our coal generators, because coal is going to be our first automated power generation, and I really do want to get to automated power generation as quickly as I can. Okay, so what did I say? I said 2 stacks of cable, and you notice with the upgrade to the cable that we did, it's coming in a lot faster. And then, no, we don't need that. I took a bunch of the plate because I was making that up there. And we're going to make that's going to be the floor of our factory, and it's going to be the whole way along. And then we'll actually be able to come downstairs and put some logistics underneath. Okay, so let's go with part assembly.
Milestone reached. More complex assembly of parts can now be automated. Project assembly parts can now be constructed and sent up via the space elevator. Note: project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
All right, so that gives us an assembler. Oh, look at that. And the assembler needs rotors. So I'm going to have to make, and it needs iron plates. So we need 2 more iron plates and we need 4 rotors. So let's go see what we need to make those. 2 more iron plates is going to require a stack of screws. I should have just taken the whole extra stack of screws. Oh well. So 2 more iron plates, reinforced iron plates. God, I hope this is the last one that I gotta build. And then also needs iron rods. I don't know why I just don't keep a stack of everything on me at all times. Wouldn't that be smart? Almost like I knew what I was doing. Okay, I got a bunch of those on me. I have now a stack of those. I got a stack of those. What do I got for concrete? I got a couple stacks of concrete, so I'm good there. All right. So I can't remember how many rotors I need. Oh, here's another really good thing. So if you want to build an assembler, if you hit the plus, it will add it to your to-do list. But if you add too many things to your to-do list, it runs off the edge of the page. So over on the right-hand side now, you can see I've got a to-do list, which tells me I need 4 rotors. I've got everything else. So let's make 4 rotors. Okay. Now, we are going to do a little bit of math in our heads. And we'll probably have to tear this down and put it back up a couple of times in order to make sure that we don't fall off the edge. Okay. In order to make sure that we've got this right. But what we're going to do is we're going to set up a from scratch assembly for reinforced iron plates. And I'm going to start it, I think right here. I'm going to start at one out. I'm going to start it right here. So, and I'm going to go down here just to give me some room because I'm going to put all of that other stuff, I'm going to raise it up onto here in a bit. So, first thing, no, not a constructor, an assembler. So let's put down the assembler. I'm going to pick this back up again. I'm just putting it down so I can see what I need. So if you were screaming at me that I had it the wrong way around, okay, so reinforced iron plates is going to take 6 iron plates and 12 screws. Now, let's go back and take a quick look at what we've got down there already. Because we've got both screws and iron plates being made down there. But we're not going to take those. We're going to make more for this. So we can see our iron plates are right there. And that is, we'll have to check and make sure that we've got this optimized. But we've got a smelter, we've got an assembler, and that goes right into our storage unit. So that's basically, that's 1, 2 rows, and then we store. But if we take a look at our screws are down here. So we've got a smelter, and then we've got 1 constructor and 2 constructors before it goes in. So there's actually 3 rows to make the screws. So when we add, so we take 3 rows to make the screws and we add 1 row to make the reinforced iron plate, that means 4 rows that we need if we're going to be doing this so that everything looks good. And it also means that we need, let's just pick that up, and it means that we need 2 smelters. So I'm going to put, I'll just turn around here. We're going to put our first smelter right here, and that is pointing towards me. So, yeah, I want to put that here. Now, I'm putting it in the middle of the foundation. And then I'm going to leave 1 spot, and I'm going to put another smelter here. Right there. Now, these are going to be producing iron ingots. They're going to be producing 30 iron ingots per minute. So the first thing, now we're going to leave 1 square for our conveyor belts, always, and we're going to put our constructor on the next square. Now, to make iron plates, it's going to take 30 and make 20. So we got to keep that in mind. Now, our screws, we're going to need another constructor. And that's going to make iron rods first. So that needs 15, and it's going to produce 15. But we're putting out 30 out of here. So we can now put a second one beside this. There we go. And then that will allow us to make our screws here. Okay, and then lastly, in between the two of these, I hope I still got the material for this. I need 8 more reinforced iron plates to do this. This, like I said before a couple times, this is the game. Like, that's just what this game is like. Okay, so I need reinforced iron plates, and then for that, I need iron plates and screws. I've got iron plates, I've got screws, so I just need to make the reinforced iron plates. I suppose I'll make a couple extras, since I've got enough. I'll make 10. I may end up having to tear all this down again. Just because I didn't... I even got out a sheet of graph paper because I was going to do the math beforehand. And then I started the video before I did the math. So I'm literally working this out in my head as we're doing this. So, yay me! Dang, I can't remember. Did I keep... No, I put those... Where did I put them? I think I put them on the power shard. I think I put them on the concrete down there. I'm not 100% sure. I have to go find them. Because I may need them for this, to be honest. Alright, so last we need our assembler here. Just look at this. There we go. And then, of course, we're going to need power for the whole thing. Now, power for this is going to be a bit tricky. Take it off of there for now. And I will start, I'll run it along this row. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to put a power pole at every single junction along the back. And that is going to allow me to run power lines down each one of these lines to make sure that I've always got power available where I put things. So I'll take that one and run it down this way. And I will always go to, oh, that's interesting. There we go. I will always go to the right when I am putting things. Oh, that comply, that is because there's the alien artifact over there and it wants me to go collect it. So,
Playing message. Hello, this is paternal figure. I have taken ill and need your help to find a cure. Doctors say that the only remedy is alien artifacts.
I like that one. They really want you picking up the alien artifacts. So the way I'm doing this takes up a lot of resources, but that is exactly why I stockpile so many resources so early. Because this stays more symmetrical and it allows me essentially infinite expandability. I'm gonna, yeah, there, why not? And to be honest, I quite like having these organized. Neat. I put up with it being a bit of a mess down below, but I don't really like it. And if you don't start out making it organized, you can get overwhelmed really quickly. So I will go to the right here. So that'll go to that. And yeah, I'll try to make the runs always as short as possible.
Harvest. Hit.
Okay, so that is making reinforced iron plates. So here's where now we got to start doing math, and maybe I should have done this before. So we need 30 iron plates and 60 screws per minute. So let's run down the iron plates right now. We need 30 iron plates per minute, and we are making 20 iron plates per minute. In order to do that, we're taking 30 iron ingots. So we're not going to be 100% efficient here. And to be honest, the only real good way to, well, there's two ways that we could do it. We could grab a shard and we can bump that up to 30 iron plates per minute. But if we did that, it would need more than 30 iron ingots per minute. And 30 iron ingots per minute is on 30 ore per minute. And
Personnel in the area. Proceed with harvest before it's too late.
and that would actually overwhelm our current miner. So we're actually not going to do that. So we're not going to be 100% efficient on this, at least not now. We'll do it a little bit later on. So we also need 60 screws per minute, and if we're only be making 40 screws per minute. So that's 2/3 of the screws that we need, and 2/3 of the iron plate that we need. So we're going to be working at about 75% efficiency here. I'll be okay with 75% efficiency. So let's get our conveyor belts. Now is a good time. Oh, actually, hold on just a second. Oh, I don't have conveyor belt Mark IIs yet, so I'll do the conveyor belt Mark IIs later. Now is the time to talk about conveyor belts. You can do them any way that you want. There's a couple of things. So you can do them like that. And what that means is that's what it's going to look like. And you'll notice it's even clipping through the power pole. I don't like that. So what I like better is grabbing it out. So there are two ways to make a 90-degree turn here. You can use your mouse wheel to make the 90-degree turn for you. And you notice it kicked everything out to the side. So if you want it to be straight, you got to go over actually 2 ticks. And then what you can do is you can actually bring the base down to where you want it. And I want it in the middle of this right now. So I can do it that way. So if I click again, there you go. I got a nice 90-degree turn. Now, the other way that you can make a 90-degree turn is to come up to where it's parallel and go back 2 ticks and drop there. And then when you make the next one, it just automatically makes a decent right-hand turn. And I'm just going to take that out of there because I don't like it. So there you go. Now we have a nice See, that's what our belt looks like now. And I like that a lot better. So that's the way we're going to do it. And let's go here. Yeah, and so this is showing you how you can make invalid shapes if you don't do this right.
Comply.
So that go. And that's go. There we go. We're in. Now this one, this actually is a lot easier because what I can do is I can go there to there, and then I can put our merger on right here.
Relaying message. Hello, this
Put
is
it right
critical
in the
vision.
middle.
I have taken ill and need your help to find a cure. Doctors say that the only remedy is alien artifacts.
Now we can do that, but that doesn't make it. That doesn't give it a good right angle. So I'm going to do that. That's converging those, and then we got to split these.
Comply.
Now, I've had a lot of trouble, to be honest, with the splitter. You got to be very careful with these on the foundation floors because a lot of times they'll actually butt up against the foundation floor and they won't actually attach to your conveyor belt, even though they look like they have. So when you test your stuff, just be careful of that. You may find some of your conveyor belts are not. What are we doing here? Okay. You may find some of your conveyor belts are not working the way you had expected them to, and that's often the reason why. All right. Now, in order to get all of this working, let me just make sure I get, oops. Okay, so max consumption is 139. Capacity is 100 megawatts. Max consumption is 139. That's a little bit problematic, actually. But our production right now and consumption is about 60. Our max capacity is 100, so we're okay. But if we get any spikes, like turning all of this on at the same time is probably going to overwhelm the system. So let's talk about that for a second. There's 4 megawatts in each of these. Okay, so that's 8. Then there's another 4 megawatts in each of these, and there's 3 of those. So that's another 12, so that's 20 megawatts. There's another 4 megawatts there, so that's 24 megawatts. And there's another 15 megawatts here, so that's 39 extra megawatts. So I can't start feeding ore into this until we get another biomass generator up. Otherwise, I am going to overload the system. And that's to say nothing about the 2 more I'm going to need, I think. Oh, we got 30 ore per minute coming to this. We need 60 ore per minute. We're going to have to take our ore for this one from up top, I think. But that means there's another 5, that's another 10 megawatts. That's 45 megawatts we're going to need. So technically we probably need 2 more biomass generators. But actually, you know what? No, I'm only going to make 1 for now. Hopefully I got it on me. What am I doing? Power. Biomass generator. Burner. There we go. The same way? No, not. Okay. There we go. And I future-proof this. Dun, dun, dun. Now let's go. We're going to take everything out of here. We're actually going to go top up everything again. And this is what I absolutely hate doing. I want all of this to be completely automated. That's why I want the coal as soon as we can get it. There we go. So now we've got a capacity of 130 megawatts. Yeah, I'm just going to do the one because I don't want to be wasting biomass. Actually, I'm not even sure if it will waste biomass. I can't remember. I don't think this actually burns biomass if it doesn't need to. I'm not 100% certain, to be honest. Okay, so now we got to make 2 more miners. In order to do that, we need, I need to go in here. We need 2 portable miners. So let's take a look at our miners, and all it takes other than that is concrete and steel. We've got both of those. So let's go set up our 2 new. Yeah, so you can run on conveyor belts. If you're running with the conveyor belt, it actually gives you a speed boost, which is quite nice. And I fell off again. But at the higher tiers, if you try to run against the conveyor belt, like a Mark V, you can't. As fast as you can run, it goes faster in the other direction. So here's our 2 iron nodes. So that's another impure iron node, and this should be another impure iron node. Now, I can put these in at least right now. Oh, and I'll at least for now, I'll take the electricity off of here. I'm probably going to change that out in the near future because I am going to pull, even though the foundations are over there right now, I am going to pull them back here eventually, and I'm going to have foundations over this entire thing. So. We want it pointing about that way, because that's essentially in the direction of where the things are that we want to produce. And let's get it starting producing things. It's just going to stockpile them in inside itself. And there's one other thing that I'm going to do here. I'm going to actually take out this floor for the moment. I'll put it back in. But what I want to do is I want to
Breaking news from Earth. Widespread chaos and
bear lift.
World President urges all citizens to do their part and harvest alien artifacts.
Okay, I'm going to actually... So I can put this down very, very far, but I don't want to. I want to actually put it... I'll run it out that way. I wish I could do it at kind of a 45-degree angle, but I can't. So I'm going to put it down to right there. And then I should be able to... there. And then I can put the floor back in, to be honest, because I don't want people falling through. So we can go back over here now and grab both of these. And now this isn't really going to be seen, so I can grab that. And I can just bring it over to there. And grab this. I can bring it over to there. And this is all going to be completely underneath the floor. And I'm not really going to be coming down here, like, ever. So I care less about how neat this is. Because, out of sight, out of mind. There we go. So there is our iron ore coming. And that will eventually be completely underneath. I can put some in here right now. That will be completely underneath this foundation. And I will have lots of production up here above it. So you'll never be able to see all that stuff. So that's now going to be coming up through the floor, right into, so that's idle simply because it's not got its, let me just take a look. Yeah, there you go. It's coming up now. So this whole production line should now start up. And the only thing that I haven't done, I suppose I better do that. I keep doing that. Hello, there you go. I'll put a couple more out here. In my first playthrough, I've got, as far as the eye can see in every direction here, I've got everything covered, and I actually go down like, I don't know, 5 or 6 levels. Actually, I go all the way down to the very bottom. I was going to store nuclear waste there, and then I decided better of it. Okay, so we want organization, storage container. There we go. And now we should be able to watch this coming along. So there we go. We got our iron plates are coming in. Don't have our iron rods yet. We don't have our iron ingots yet. Oh, because we didn't set this to make iron ingots. Always got to check. Okay. So now we've got our ingots being made. That is outputting. So that's taking our 30 iron ingots per minute, splitting those in half and giving 15 to this one, which it needs, and 15 to this one, which it needs. And it looks like I didn't set this on iron rods. And then the iron rods are going to come out the other side, 15 and 15, combining together for 30. And we only actually need 10, so we're going to overwhelm that pretty quickly. And that's going to give us 40 screws per minute. And the screws are already coming out. And we need 60 screws per minute. So we can actually overclock this one if I can go and find my power shards. But now is the point where you start fiddling with these things to start making them. Oh, and I got no power. How the heck do I have no power? Uh-oh. If I have no power, that means the grid shut off. At this point in the game, if the grid shuts off, it's a slightly bad thing. As you get further in the game, it gets worse and worse and worse. I'm thinking what happened actually is, let me just look at this. Yeah, there's 164 left here. There's 147 left here, so I needed to make that extra biomass burner. And that's exactly what happened. So if I put that, hopefully that will work. Yes. Interesting that it turned off there because I didn't exceed. Weird. Okay. Well, we have got a capacity of 160 with a max consumption of 149. So we can't shut down. The only way we can shut down now is if we run out of biomass. And I'm going to top it up again. Yeah, we only used a little over 50. But it goes down way too fast for my liking, to be honest. Okay, so before we end this episode, I just want to, first of all, I want to make it up this without falling off, because I feel like such an idiot every time I do. There you go. So let's take a look at our first. So that is your reinforced iron plate production right there. And we're going to stockpile that because reinforced iron plates are something that we use for building all the time. So we're always going to need those. And I will off camera, I will move all of the rest of this up top here. And I think that's going to be it for today's episode. So that is our automated reinforced iron plate. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.